Hey, this is Patrick Powers. This video is for Java 1, week 1 of the February 2013 class. So this week we had to create a very basic application with some basic concepts. The text view, the edit view, the button, an event handler for the button, using the resource section of the Android application within Eclipse. And then also just using some basic variables, booleans, ints, as well as strings to create this basic application. All mine is you type in a number and it tells you if it was even or not, because I like even numbers. And there you go. In comparing this to the Objective-C language, I absolutely see some similarities as to how some of the syntax is. You know, obviously there's no pointers, and I know reading in the textbook, that's one thing about Java. It doesn't have the pointer system. But it also really reminded me of JavaScript, to be honest, as to how I was writing everything out, and it made me remember back to our first JavaScript class more than anything we did within Objective-C. I definitely feel more comfortable with Objective-C. You know, I'm able to actually make a pretty nice application look good, and here I am trying to even make this look remotely decent while sufficing to do just some very basic tasks. So there's a lot to go within Java for sure. What would I have done differently if I could? I always want to be able to research a little bit more, maybe read a little bit more in detail or in depth within the textbook, watch additional videos on lynda.com, just having a better understanding of Java, because right now it is so minimal. You know, I've got a lot of, I don't want to say necessarily catching up to do, but I don't feel prepared and comfortable as to my current stance in learning Java. List a few things that could use more clarification. I would say the biggest thing was the linear layout, just from a conceptual standpoint. Why, or I guess maybe that's just how you create the views, but it's not matching up in my head, and maybe I'm trying to think in Objective-C a little bit as to how this linear layout is actually creating a view and trying to connect the two. But the linear layout kind of concept, just it's still a little bit abstract to me, and I can't conceptualize everything within my head to understand it fully. The resource section was pretty well explained, and everything else was pretty basic. I mean, conditionals, ints or a float, strings, how to grab a string from the edit text. Anyway, nothing was too crazy. My biggest thing in understanding was the linear layout. Thanks so much.